Alrighty, so this is 3 millimeters, supposedly 3 millimeter Baltic birch. I measured it at around 0.125 inches. I put in 0.125. It's 0.13 in places, 0.122 in other places. Anyway, close enough. So I'm calling it 0.125, and this is, let me see again. I forgot, speed, speed 120, power 70, no masking. Let's see what happens. Hopefully no major. That is really slow. Well, I mean, absolutely nothing. Nothing blew up. And I feel like that went all the way through. I feel like it was a little slow. Just get the camera's in the way of the door, so I gotta move the camera. Downside to this setup. Yep. So here's the piece. Totes cut through. A little charring on the back, but not too much. And definitely pretty charred on the edges, although that's kind of standard. I'm gonna. Oh, I took a big whiff of that. I'm gonna try again. If this is 120, I'm just gonna double the speed and see what happens. Label this 120, 70. I feel like I could totally live with that. Alright, it's the same Baltic Birch 240, 70. I really can clearly see a lack of kerf there, suggesting that did not cut through. I wasn't expecting it to cut through. But it's always good to have one's expectations validated. Let's move this camera. Yeah. Nice score, definitely not cut through. So let's try. Try a binary search. Let's see here. attractively inexpensive material. Okay, same product, 187. If I could get away with that, I would like to get away with that, because that's a decent speed, but I can see by the fact that it didn't fall down that it is not making it through. I might just stick with the 120. Okay, I'm about to open the door now. Yeah, so that didn't make it either. Not too much of a surprise, since 120/70 was the setting somebody else said worked. I'd like to try 150, just out of curiosity, and then I will try varying the power. This is pretty good. I think if I stuck with the 120/70 and I just put masking on both sides, it should be fine. It's just a little slow. Okay, 120, sorry, 150/70. I do believe that made it through. I detect a slight unevenness in the height, suggesting that that piece is resting slightly below. Let's try to open the door. So that's the 150. Oops, just the lighting better. It's the front side, just a little bit of smoke, and the back side, much less char. Let me compare. That's the 120. You see little marks along the edge where it flashed from the crumb tray, and the 150 does not have those marks. So I think I'm going to stick with write that down, 150/70. Just for a little game though, I'm going to go back to 240 and see what happens at 240 higher power. We'll go from there. I should write on these too. We'll blast that at 90%. Let's see if we can make this go faster. I was on this ride once, when I was a kid, and it was one of those things with the room that spins around and presses you against the walls. And the ride operator said, "You want to go faster?" And everybody screams, "Yeah!" "You want to go faster?" "Yeah!" "I can't hear you. Do you want to go faster?" "Yeah!" Everybody screams at the top of their lungs, "Yeah!" And she goes, "The ride doesn't go any faster." 240/90. That just gave me a faster version of the 247. I know it's non-linear, so that I don't even have to test that. That did not for sure. Alright, so 240/90 did not cut through. We're going to try 240/100. I don't think I want to hit the full power button. It seems like that's it's probably reserved for special uses. No, maybe that's a good question asked on the forum that hasn't already been answered. What's the purpose, full power? Does it wear the tube out? Oh, this will be, alright, it's 240/100. It's a nice dark and smoky line, but I do not believe that it went through the material. Nope, that didn't go through. Probably close though. I might try just for the hell of it, because I'm curious. I would like to see what happens when it goes through at a higher power. So I'm going to leave the power set to 100. And I have to remember what these were. That was 240/90, 240/100. I'm going to try 180/100. Just guarantee it. If I understand correctly, the main downside of using too much power is the additional flashing you get from the back, and I guess also charring the wood. I didn't look at the char level. Oh, that's noticeable. Might be able to see that on it. No, definitely not. I'll have to get another light source. Well, you can kind of see it there. The bottom one is the 150, the top one's the 180. There's a lot less char on the 150. Sorry, 120. The darker one's the 120, the slower one. Alright, so this is 180 speed, 100% power. It should go through, but probably will burn the hell out of the wood. No, it didn't. It did not go through. So I'm not going to pursue this line of inquiry any further. There's no point. If the 180 speed didn't go through at 100%, to go down to 150, well, I know 150/70 works, so why would I care about 150/80? Sorry, 150/100. There's a lot of numbers to say here. But anyway, if I can cut it with 70% power, I'm not interested in using 100% when 70 will do. But let me just double check, confirm that this didn't come through. It really doesn't look like it went through. Oh, it did. Okay, well, sometimes looks can be deceiving. All right, so this was in fact successful. I will write that down right now. So this was 180 speed, 100% power, and let's examine the result. So smoke on the top is approximately the same as the 120/70, very similar. And let's check the bottom. The bottom actually has less flashing. Interesting. That has, less damage. Now that could just be an artifact of, where it was cutting over the honeycomb and so on. I don't know that I could, it has a little bit, whereas the 150/70 had almost none. So I'm kind of just, let me check the edges here. What's got nicer edges? I would say that's almost indistinguishable between the 150/70 and the 180/100. So I could go faster at higher power there. Let's try one more test, which is 150/60. I just want to confirm that I can't lower this a little bit more. Before I do that, though, so I'm going to write all this down because it's getting confusing. So this was 240/90. This was 240/100. And then I think the last thing I'm going to do is 150/60. Hopefully that won't work, because if that works, then I'll want to lower it even further. Okay, speed 150, power level 60. No, speed 120, power level 60. I said it wrong both times. Speed is 150, power level is 60. Because 150/70 worked well, so I want to see if I can lower it a little. So I'm going to try 150/60. It kind of looks like it worked. Kind of. Let's see. Nope. Okay, so just write that right on there. 150/60. Good, so we know 150/70 is what I would like to use. So I'm going to put some masking on this, and then I will try another one. Okay. Let's say I really like this stuff. It's just a little tricky to take it off the roll. Applied correctly. Since we believe 150/70 is the magic number, I'm going to try 150/70 with the masking on. And if we don't get soot marks and flashback on the bottom, then I'm going to go ahead and try and make this tree thing that I saw on the internet. Flat pack Christmas tree dealio. Okay, 150/70 with masking. Funny if that tape makes all the difference. I don't know what sort of margin you have to lay. Like if it works at 150/70 once, does that mean it will always work, or should we just be conservative? Because that piece is not cut through, it's not coming out. So either it was so much on the edge that I just got lucky once and you need to leave some safety margin, or the tape gets in the way. So I'm going to do two more experiments. I'm going to do the original 120/70 that was recommended on the forum, really burned the edges. I might try the 180/100 again, and then I might try 150 at a higher power level. When in doubt, go back to a known good configuration. So this is the 120/70. So slow. I do like my improved ventilation, though. Even though I'm doing that, it doesn't really smell like burning wood in here. Moment of truth. Yep, this comes out. I'll mark this one. 150/70. And before I bother to peel the masking off there, I'll get the next one started. Which is going to be the 180/100 because we've had it work before. Okay, so here's the output there from the 120/70 that we know worked. It did, again, got the same sort of little things on the back, but when I peel this masking off, with any luck, it comes a little cleaner, and then the smoke on the front should go away. Yeah. So that gives a nice clean front, mostly clean back. Really charred edges, though. I'd like to see if I could do something about that. Okay, so this is the 180/100 with masking. Let's try to guess before I open it up. On this one I can't quite tell. I think that cut through. So maybe stick with that. We'll see. It does leave a browner edge. You know, when it's brown, it's cooked. When it's black, it's overcooked. As Gordon Ramsay said. All right, so This is the 180-100 with the masking. Started to come off on its own. Peel that off. It's nice and clean on the front and back, and the edges are a healthy brown color. Again, comparison. This is the 120. Here, I'll put these on top of each other. So the one, if I can get the correct angle of the light, there we go, kind of. I really should just put a light over here. I had the angle to catch the light before. I can kind of sort of see that. The one toward the left there is the 120-70, and the one toward the right is the 180-100. It's definitely a difference in sort of a rich mahogany versus completely blackened. So I prefer the 180-100. And I think I'm just going to stick with it. Because what's the worst that could happen? Okay, so that is the experiments. Whoops. I should have written mask on there. I guess I know which one it is because it's the one that doesn't have the smoke. Given that, I'm going to load up my file that has the Christmas tree I've prepared. And I will prepare another piece of Baltic birch with masking on it, and we'll put that in and fire it up. This is the exciting part off camera. Prepare the mask. flat as it's going to get. Tell you one thing, if you thought peeling this stuff off was annoying, sticking it on is not pleasant. Not pleasant at all. Okay, here's the moment. Well, not quite the moment of truth. The moment of truth will come shortly after it prepares. I have quite a complex file here. I've set it to 180-100 for all of the cuts. I'm hoping at least the parts that I care about will come out okay. I have to spend a lot more time in Illustrator futzing with this to get the ordering of all the cuts right so that the insides of things are cut first. But this claims it's going to take almost 17 minutes. So here we go. Potential issue there. The bits of masking are getting, at least in one instance, blown away. And I'd hate for that to fall in the wrong part of the machine. I'll cover something else. Let's see if it happens long term. That was just a glitch. Pretty much anything that happens once is going to happen more than once. blame the double cutting. Yep, there's the second one. And a third one. One of them is actually on the belt. Good luck, it won't get pulled in anywhere. I'm going to keep an eye on it. I'm going to have to figure out why it's double cutting those other parts. Yeah, you see the masking is not too strong here. And it tends to lift up. I thought the fact that the masking wasn't too strong was a feature, but I can see now that it will cause trouble. And then have to see if they have a stickier version of the same product. Possibly also I can adjust my application technique to be more successful. I lucked out so far, but at some point a piece of that masking is going to pop up and it's going to interfere with the laser. And then the whole thing will be ruined. I think, if I actually finished this wood, then it would have a smooth surface and the tape would stick better. So that's one option. Spray it with something. Find out what's safe. This is the Endura Mask MHT 130 for what it's worth. Medium high tack. Maybe they have a high tack. Make a high-tack product. It's double cutting all of those too. Subtle cut too, so it's probably doing some damage. It's okay, I really just want to see how the branches worked out so far. So I just checked the Illustrator file, and unsurprisingly, all of those little circles are actually, there are two of them, so on top of each other. I don't know, it must have been like that. Well, I can't say it must have been like that. I did quite a bit of editing on this file. When I downloaded it, all of these, it was just thousands of little individual segments, and I did a lot of selecting and joining to make them into compound paths. I figured that having all those little segments was going to cause it to randomly skip around and cut in different places, so I wanted to make sure that each tree branch, I keep wanting to call them snowflakes, but I wanted to make sure each one was a path. And then the little circles, it was impossible to deal with, so I just sort of threw away all but one, and I fixed up the one, and then I reduplicated it to match the original pattern. But it's possible when I did that, I might have double duplicated it somehow. That's okay, I can fix that. This is a test. That's why we do testing. I'm going to have to watch this video back and see it on the, try and point to it, that little circle there, that's below all those other ones. I don't know where that came from. Oh, that might have just, that, I think that's just a piece of masking that flew off. I thought it got cut somehow by weird reflection or something, because that's not in the file, but that's just a piece of masking that blew off from somewhere else. This is probably good masking for smooth surfaces, but you know, I'm trying to stick it on plywood here, unfinished plywood. So I think you need a little more tack to stick effectively to a rough surface like that, if at all. Maybe it needs a coating. I don't really do woodworking, so I don't have any, you know, shellac. I don't have things to finish this with. The only thing I have is spray polyurethane. I don't know if that's a safe material to laser through. I have to look it up. I'm not going to mess with that anyway. I really don't enjoy even the idea of painting or finishing things. I could certainly cut this out of wood grade. But this is kind of a test. I have, you know, this is a pile of Baltic birch. Yeah, so a box of 16 sheets of 12 by 12 birch is $36 or something. It's like $2.30 per sheet, which I guess is a square foot. It's one of the less expensive. So now that tape is really frightening me, because it could get sucked into the fan. I don't like it. It's all flapping in the breeze. Alright, well, it survived. The machine survived. With I don't think there were any failures caused by the tape, and I don't think that, certainly, well, I know there weren't any fires or damage to the machine. Just pan the camera around here to point out kind of what happened. Whoops. You can't see because I got the point. There we go. Yeah, so little pieces flew off and ended up over there. The one I was really worried about is that one in the back corner that's actually on top of the belt. So that I was worried at some point that would detach and get caught in under the belt or something and cause it to skip steps. I don't know. But no, just a few little pieces that I can see where they all went, and I can easily fish them out. There's another one over there on that side. And so that's one of the risks one takes when using medium tack masking material. Okay, so it's cooled down. It's ready to. First thing I'm going to do is get that piece out of there. Birch are your friend. And it's interesting how when you lift this up, you lose all the nice lights. We have lights. I have nothing if I don't have lights. It's an old Cole Porter song. It was briefly employed by Slovenia. Alright. Yeah, I know, cut to the chase, get to the important part, but I really want to fish all this crap out before I lose track of it. Bits here on the front door. Yeah, I'm not going to do this again. Maybe I will try this weekend when I get some time, hopefully. Maybe paint a few pieces. I'm going to have to let them dry fully. And see if the stickiness on works better. But at that point, what is my labor cost versus just buying the finished proof grade? Okay, I think I got all the junk out. Magnets away. Up. Interesting how it comes out. Definitely cut all the way through. Now I'm really curious about these things. What happened with these? Wow. Charred the bejesus out of the edges. But they do kind of have the shape they're supposed to have. That's some burnt wood. Burnt. Okay, that's probably, no, actually that wasn't the plan. The plan was going to be, I need like a, slide under there. Thinking. These things. This isn't working at all. This is not working the way I wanted it to. Just wanted to pick these up in one piece and cleanly transfer them. Kind of fried onto the home tray. didn't want to end up with a lot of little pieces in there that I have to clean out. It's a pain in the ass to clean that thing out. Tape on my anodized aluminum blanks. This episode is watching me. You can't even see me. You can't even see it. Just cleaning in the dark, effectively. There's a lot of little bits of this masking that have ended up just lightly stuck to the crumb tray. I could leave them and clean them off next time before I print, but that would be rude to my future self. I'm going to leave the sink full of dishes. Out. The point of this was nothing. Fingers are all sooty and sticky. It's all sticky. I just need a moment to remove the tape from my hands. Nothing's ever easy. Nothing's ever easy. Now the tape is on the top of the machine. Damn it. Rather than trying to pick the tape up the hard way, I'm going to pick the tape up with tape. There we go. Should have done that before. There is more. Trust me, there is more. So, now, more begins now. Gracious. Okay. Can I reposition this? I think I can. Reposition the camera. Go. Have to change the brightness level. It's fixed for the other setting. Turn the autofocus back on. Turn the auto exposure back on. Hello. Okay. Get this set up just like that. And there we go. Now, all right. Now we can play with the result here. Okay. So what's going on? I'm not entirely sure how this is supposed to go together, but I'm just going to get a place to put the scraps. Make too much of a mess. Alright, this is the thing I've been wanting to take a look at this whole time. Can I get one of these little tree branch things out of here? Is it possible? It didn't cut somewhere. It's stuck. I hope not. No, it's all good. That's a fancy piece of... As I tilt this, all the little pieces roll off. Okay. So that's one of those. That's really nice. Even in sort of in the abstract, it's kind of a neat little thing. This should be much easier to peel than the traditional masking because it is so weakly attached. I guess that's one advantage. Okay. Got a little smoke under there, I think, where it flipped up. Some of these, but it's really quite minor. Let me see if I can sort of, sort of anticipate how this goes together. Also, it'd be interesting to see if these look like press fit pieces. Let's see. I downloaded this a few days ago, and then we had to go out of town and deal with some difficult issues that are difficult to keep one's concentration or remember what one was doing, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Okay, yeah, so that's clearly goes in there. Does it clearly go in there? It would have to. It can't go that way. It has to go that way. Pop this in there. Pop this in there. Or does it go the other way? No, I think these are the same. Oops. Wasn't sure if the tabs are all the same size. Ah, okay. So is that a base like that? Or does that go like that? I think that's probably just a stand. I don't think... I don't know. It would take me just seconds to go look this up, but I'm very lazy. I think I saw a mention of an aluminum pole. It's a very high strength to weight ratio. See, originally I thought that these pieces somehow were supports for the tree, but in reality that doesn't make any sense. They might just be random junk in the design that has nothing whatsoever to do with it. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna pop. This is now hopelessly covered in little bits. These rings. Set that on the side. Oh, those are spacers. Okay, yeah. So there is one piece that I need, which is whoops. Oh God. All over the floor. Okay, which is some kind of a pole. I don't know why I can't print that. Okay. Maybe I can peel this off. See what happens. Just for the heck of it. This might make some of this easier because I can sort of give it the old Press and pull. Nope, that's not helping at all. Alright, that's fine. This is garbage. That's what the garbage area is for, off to the side. It's peeled quite well while it's still on there, so I might as well do it that way. Except for the ones that have failed already. Just do that. Just a piece of masking tape. It's only a couple feet away, but I'm so lazy. It's all good. That up. It's like a crystalline entity has moved in here. Guess I got the masking off that. That's got quite a bit of smoke, but again, the masking was peeling up, so I can't necessarily know that that's going to happen. I mean, it wouldn't happen if the tape were on there properly. It wouldn't be able to happen. Pop these out. What's interesting about this design, from what I saw on Thingiverse, is it's quite a bit of three-dimensionality from what is a flat A4 sized design. So it's also somewhat designed so you can stick it in an envelope and mail it. So this is stuck. I can't tell if it's just if that it didn't cut. I don't think it's that it didn't cut. I think it's that it you know, it's intricate and has a bit of a, no, actually it didn't cut. So this is interesting. Out of this whole thing, there are places over here where you can see it didn't quite make it through. I don't know if that's, you know, variation in the material, the height, you know, things happen, laser power, but it's going to be a little bit difficult to get that out of there. So probably in the future, as if I'm going to make a bunch of these and give them away as gifts, which I'm thinking about doing, I can't have this happen. When people go to pop theirs out, it doesn't come out. See, that's exactly what happens. I broke it. Broke. I want to make sure it's fully cut. That's frustrating. Yeah, the places where it's not cut through, it's not cut enough that I can really do anything with it. You think, oh, it's close, just needs a little encouragement. But if you encourage it too much, then you break it. It's like a little chicken foot came off. Let's see if I can encourage the remaining parts without breaking them. That's the air conditioner going off, reminding me that it's 11 o'clock at night. So yeah. What's left? Come on. It should be ready to come out now. There we go. All right, so it's possible that if I had done that more carefully, I could have succeeded. All right, that's all those pieces. A couple little bits over here to take the tape off of. There's a star from the top. Okay. All right, so I've done this. I have produced a bunch of pieces, one of which broken. So I'll glue that. But the real question is, I suppose, how in the world does this thing work? Oops. I believe that all of these millions of little rings here are, there's a code for stacking these up that I think I saw. So, you know, there's, I think, a pole they have to go on, but essentially you put X number of those, and then you put the next piece, and then you put X number of these. See, and then you put the next piece. It's a broken one. And so on and so forth. And then they all go on some sort of central pole, which I guess you have to get from somewhere. Or make. I mean, you can make this, right? And you stack those all up, and then eventually it becomes rather tree-like in nature. And these are not the pole, because these I think must not be anything. And then I don't know why there are ranges of different sizes. I'll just have to go look at the instructions. And then that probably sits on the little table. This is an interesting way to make a little table. I mean, maybe it doesn't. Maybe this is part of the bottom somehow. That goes that way, perhaps. I don't know. Doesn't really matter. I think I have completed the experiment. I know how to cut the Baltic birch, except, of course, when I don't. I mean, it might just be a matter of, you know, increasing the, well, I increased the power to 100, so that's, I might just have to decrease the cut speed, you know, go down to 170 instead of 180, just to make sure that in all cases it goes through all the way. Or just make sure the stuff is flat, stick some more magnets on it. I don't know. Anyway, that's it. In conclusion, no conclusion yet, but if I manage to get this tree put together at some point, I will put up some pictures of it. I'll probably do another cut of this stuff another day.